to dominate. So don't delay. Get your money straight. The money's on. Together we'll achieve your goals. We're building wealth. You're not alone. So don't delay. Get your money straight.
Hey guys, welcome. It's your girl Folasade, the accountability accountant, guys. I am so excited to be with you all on this amazing Tuesday, guys. It was Bryce's birthday. Had to stop the party to be with you guys tonight. And today is National Accounting Day as well. And guys, we have an amazing guest coming on tonight's show. We have Noelle Randall coming on, guys, and she's going to be talking about building generational wealth through real estate. So if you've ever been curious on how to build generational wealth through real estate, then tonight's show is all for you. So I advise you guys to grab your pen, grab your paper, and let's dive right into tonight's show. So give me a minute. We're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to bring Noelle right into tonight's show. Hey guys, welcome back. So look, I'm excited because we have an amazing guest tonight. And you guys are going to learn how to build generational wealth through real estate. I know you guys been curious. You've been seeing all of the posts on Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere else, and you're trying to figure out how to get started as well. So we have Noelle Randall, guys. Okay, so let me tell you about Noelle. She actually is an entrepreneur, real estate investor, a mentor, author, and speaker. Okay. Noelle Randall is all about growth. She has been a thriving entrepreneur for over 20 years and is a successful real estate entrepreneur, renowned children's author, mentor, and speaker. Her real estate experience has been instrumental in her personal success as well as the success of countless professionals throughout the United States. As CEO of Noelle Randall Coaching, Noelle offers business opportunities for other entrepreneurs, allowing hundreds to create wealth and financial independence through her mentorship. She has also created the opportunity to become an owner of properties across the country and obtain passive income with her company, Nurse Inc. Through her work, Noelle is taking the home sharing economy to the next level. Oh, wow. She is also the executive director of Marley Sims Foundation, a public nonprofit organization dedicated to promoting children's literacy and whose mission is to advance the diversity of thought in children by providing access and awareness to books from diverse authors and discuss diverse topics like many of you. Noelle is the founder and president of FDR Horizon Enterprises, a private real estate equity firm and brand manager. The company owns a diverse portfolio of real estate and has created numerous profitable and top-selling brands, including her signature product, guys, tmoreskinny.com. Noelle is the co-founder of Bella J Hair, the premier virgin hair extension brand and international hair and wig distributor. In addition to being a tenacious entrepreneur and businesswoman, Noelle considers herself a perpetual student, always learning and growing. Noelle proudly boasts 2 advanced degrees. She earned her bachelor's degree from the University of Connecticut in urban planning. She has a master's degree in economic development from Penn State and most recently earned a master's in business administration, an MBA. Hey guys, so welcome back. Sorry for all of the technical difficulties that we are facing tonight, but guess what? Every time when we're about to drop you guys so many amazing gems, okay, this is exactly what happens. But we're going to keep doing our thing. So guys, help me welcome Noelle Randall to the Money Zone. Did we even hear Trump? Did you even hear the bio at all?
I did.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. No, thank you. I
Okay.
appreciate it. It was
Perfect.
awesome.
Okay, guys. So look, we have Noelle in the building with us. And I am just so curious on one, I understand and fully get the popularity and the longevity and all of the things that real estate may bring. But I was actually before becoming a real estate agent, I just thought it was impossible for, everyday people to become investors, right? So
Yeah.
I want to ask you, Noelle, how did you get started in real estate investing?
It's so funny because I think it is difficult for most people because we are just taught so wrong. So my story with real estate investing, and for those of you guys don't know, I tell my story all the time on my YouTube channel. I think that's why people just kind of love it. So just if you haven't checked me out, go ahead and check my YouTube channel out. It's Noelle Randall, and I teach all about real estate investing, how to start from zero, and basically how I did it. But I started in 2002, 2003 in Atlanta. I was living there with my husband. We were working full time and we were like flipping houses on the side. So, of course, we had no idea what we were really doing. The market was just kind of disguising all of the mistakes that we were making because, property values just kept going up and up and up. So, when 2008, 2009 hits, of course, we lost everything.
Wow.
Literally ended up back in my parents' basement with two kids, pregnant with a third, just everything, just like a complete disaster, bankruptcies, multiple foreclosures, like bad credit, just like
Wow.
total freaking loser. Okay. We like lost everything. So if from my parents' basement though, I just didn't want like real estate to beat me. I just felt like, okay, I had made some money flipping these houses. Like obviously there's money here. Everybody's not losing it. There gotta be a way to it. So I ended up going to this real estate investor association meeting and I met this guy who ended up coaching me and he taught me something that really changed my life. He taught me wholesaling. Okay. Where we would
Okay.
find people with property problems, people that were behind on their mortgage payments, people that were in divorce, people that were in bankruptcy, people that had inherited a house they didn't want, people that were getting relocated, just blah, blah, blah. I could just go on and on, okay, about just someone that was having an issue with the property. And you find those people, you get them to go with you under contract, you put the property under contract, and you flip the contract to an investor for a higher amount. So, for example, somebody's behind on their mortgage payment. This is what we targeted, I'm telling you. And this is really how I like got rich. You find somebody that's behind on their mortgage payments, just using an example,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like 3 months behind. They haven't gone through the foreclosure yet, but they are behind on the payments, but they've gotten the notice of default. And you can find this in public records, okay, in most places, or you could buy a list, and we could get into that in a little bit later. But you have these people that are in default. They're 3 months. You call them up. Hey, I'm Noelle with ABC Property Solvers. We help people that like yourself that are behind on their mortgage payments, or I'm tied to a group of investors. We buy homes for cash. We can get you closed in 7 days, blah, blah, blah. You give them all of the great things that you do. So now they're interested because basically what you do is offer to them, and I would connect to them on my same story. Like I had been through foreclosure. I had had the sheriff come and, throw my stuff outside and, put the notice on the door and how embarrassing. And so you basically connect to them kind of with your story and like, hey, I can help you avoid all of this. We can take over those mortgage payments, give you a few dollars to help you move out. And I'm tied to a group of investors. We can either buy the home for you or we can lease the home, but we can help you out of the situation. Again, be a solution to their problem.
You said
And
so
eventually,
smooth, Noelle. Sorry to you said it so smooth. I can tell you're a pro. You just got me out of my
yes.
pride. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. That
And
was
I know
good.
I've
Did
said
y'all
so
get
much
that? For
because,
all of y'all wholesalers that's out there, she just gave y'all a whole script, man.
yes, I really
Look.
did. I really did. And that's really all there is to it, honestly. And, we could go obviously into the nuances of this, that, and the other. But once you have someone that's having an issue, especially someone that's behind on the mortgage payments, it's usually not the house that's the problem. It's usually the mortgage. So if there's
Mhm.
somebody that can, take over those mortgage payments, lease the property from them, buy the property from them, of course they want you to buy the house. But in many cases, you could lease purchase the home for them, like, because the payments are behind. So it's like, let me help you and let's catch these payments up.
Right.
And that
Oh,
helps their credit.
mm. Oh
So
wow.
you really are bringing value to them. And in many cases, that's how I would get a bunch of properties. In some cases, they will buy the property back for me. But there's different options where you make money either way, whether you keep the house or in 2 or 3 years, they get their stuff together and they come back and get the house. Either way, it was a rental property for 2 or 3 years and you were cash flowing it. So there's just so many different things that you could do that you don't need good credit. You don't need a lot of money. And now that we have business credit and that I've added that and started teaching people on how you can leverage business credit and business funds. So now you have that money to catch those payments up. You have money for earnest money. You have money, for your reserves. If you need, if you want to do rental properties,
Yeah.
you have money if you want to do Airbnbs and you need to furnish the property. So, gosh, I could just go on and on, but there's just so much more opportunity now than there's ever been before.
Oh my, and it seems like you sound like you're eating up the market right now. Oh my God. Okay, guys. So Noelle basically said that she got started through wholesaling. Like,
Yeah.
so, and many of you have probably seen the post that says, okay, start wholesaling, no credit, no, none of this. And she is confirming it, guys. It is true.
It
Between
is.
us, it is true. You can get started with no money by wholesaling. Just go back, follow Noelle, okay, and give her her kudos because she gave you guys the script just now here live on the Money Zone. And she
Yes.
also said that she used her story. How many of you are building businesses, maybe not real estate, but you are afraid to use your story to get your message across and to sell your products and services? She said that she used her story and told the people, told the sellers, hey, well, you know what? I just went through this whole situation. I wish I would have had somebody come and, get my property off my hand. I probably would have had better credit, would have been in a better financial situation. So she's using her pain and pressure that she went through to excel. So stop running from all of the bloodshed that you've experienced in entrepreneurship or in the real estate and just start using that to your advantage. So, oh my goodness, Noelle. Okay, so we got
I
into
am like all smiles.
wholesale.
So yes, you nailed it. I think so many times we're afraid to tell our stories or to tell the bad things that we've been through, but that is how you're really going to get more deals than you ever could. And that goes for any business, whether it's photography or videography or when my why even the tea, I'm a mom of five and I'm like, okay, I drink this tea, it has all organic products. You're always using your real story and telling the truth in order to connect to people. And that will get you more money and bring more value to anybody than anything else in the world.
You know how to say, turn your mess into your message.
That's right.
Turn your
Yes.
mess
High five.
into your message. Okay, guys? So definitely. So, okay, so Noelle, so you done the wholesaling. So
Mhm.
now, what did you make on your first deal if you don't mind disclosing?
So the first wholesale deal, it was 5,000 because that's what my
Okay,
coach
good.
told me. Okay. He said, he said that should be your goal. And obviously I've done deals where there was more than 5,000. I've
Yeah.
done where there was less than 5,000, but that was what he told me. So I just followed the script. I feel like I told people that's the only reason I've really been successful. I don't feel like I'm that much smarter than everybody, but I just follow the script. If you tell
Follow
me
the script.
do this and say this, I go and I do and I get the result. So
Now, Noelle, we got the hard-headed folks we coach that do not listen. She's telling you guys, just follow the script. We go through the pain and the problems and the pressure to alleviate you guys of that.
That's
Noelle
right.
she went through 20 years of errors, mistakes, trials and tribulations to prevent her coaching clients from experiencing the same thing. So when she's giving you guys advice, or when your personal coaches give you advice, or when I'm giving you guys advice, it's warranted that you decide to take it and not spin the wheels and try to recreate something that's already out there. So that is really, really important for entrepreneurs to know. So now my next question, Noelle, is
Mhm.
this. when you, after you did the wholesaling, did you have to have some type of financial literacy or some type of money management skills to be able to take that 5,000 and build up enough to be able to do your next deal, or save up to be able to invest into an actual property? Did
Yes,
you?
definitely. Yes, definitely. So like I said, and it's funny, I've had, and I believe in coaching probably more than anything else in the world. Obviously, not because I coach and mentor, because it's funny, I'm kind of scaling back that part of my business and moving on to, getting bigger and bigger properties. But it was that coaching and mentoring that taught me, okay, do this, not that. And so one of the things that, to answer your question about, what did I do at financial literacy, is I ended up getting another coach. Like, this one taught me wholesaling, and I started making money, and I was able to pay off some of my debt, get my sorry butt out of my parents' basement, did that whole thing. And so now I'm still, though, have the same mindset. Like, I still was working, once the economy came back together, I still didn't become a full-time entrepreneur. That took a few more years, but really for no reason. It was really just my fear, me not knowing how to manage my money, me being afraid to take on debt. I was so afraid of debt because I had filed bankruptcy before, that I was just afraid of it. And I thought the best answer was don't have any debt. And that's obviously not very smart, because you're not going to have a multi-million-dollar business
Right.
without taking on debt at some point. So it really held me back, some of my limiting beliefs on money. And I ended up having to, again, invest for someone to teach me how to become a millionaire. I hadn't been around millionaires. I didn't know how to be that. And so that was an investment, to learn how to be a millionaire, to have $1 million business, and staff and employees and all of these things that are required of you as you move to that next level. You're going to have to invest in yourself at every step of the way.
Guys, she dropped some gems again. I got this one indirectly. She said, you won't be able to get the 7 figures, y'all, without acquiring or accumulating some form of debt. So I'm going to digest this in the way that I see her, from the accountant standpoint and the debt that I've seen. And then if you agree or disagree, let me know, Noelle. Well, what she means by this, guys, and it's very important that many of you shift your mindset, because individuals, the majority of individuals in the brown community, we are afraid of debt. Like, we will go and get a car, you know what I mean? We'll go and get that. But when it comes out to a
Yeah.
business loan, we're afraid. We won't apply. We won't even, I have clients that won't even invest into the stock market because they're just, yeah, it's just bad, that
Shaking my head.
yes. Okay. So now she's saying basically you won't be able to really get to a solid 7 figures without accumulating some debt. So in this, what I interpreted from what she's saying is that you're going to have to spend some money to make some money. Okay. And it's not always smart to spend your money. Okay, you want to spend other people's money so you can have your money sitting there accumulating and being useful in different areas. So, for example, many of you are online entrepreneurs, and you don't understand that when you want to have a major launch, you're going to have to invest heavily into Facebook ads. So you may have to purchase $100,000 worth of Facebook ads. Now, do you have $100,000 saved? And is it even smart for you to use your last 100,000? No.
Right.
As your
Right.
accountant, I wouldn't even recommend you use your whole 100,000. And that's when I would then say, well, let's see if we can get someone to fund this launch and fund the advertising. Okay, so then that's when we'll go get either working capital loan or something to be able to foot the bill for the Facebook ads and everything else. And so in the real estate, right, you want to use other people's money to get your mortgages or to get hard money loans and things like that. So now this leads right directly into my question. Which one should we be afraid of, Noelle? The hard money lender, the FHA lender, or like which lenders? Where should we get our initial funding from for our first or second real estate deal if we had our last 50,000 in the bank?
This is a great question, because the answer is going to vary from person to person. So if we're talking about you don't have any properties at all, of course, go get a great FHA loan, because now that's your primary residence. You're thinking like an investor, so you're going to buy a duplex or a threeplex or a fourplex. You know what I mean? And house hack and maybe live in one of the units and make the other units a rental property. Or you're going to buy a property that you can fix up and put a little sweat equity in, live in the house for a couple of months, and then move out and make it into a rental property, and leverage the FHA FHA or government financing or the conventional financing that's only going to require you to put down, 3% or whatever. So if that's your situation where you haven't purchased a home before and you can think like an investor and get a primary residence, but still think like an investor, that would be my advice. If you are looking for a straight up investment, fix and flip, then yeah, hard money loans, they're not terrible. Right now is not really, just being honest, like November of 2020, it's not a great time to fix and flip for the majority for the majority of people in the majority of the country. I'm not going to say this hands down every single where in the country, but in most markets, this is probably not the best time. You probably should be leveraging something in the regards to what I said before. We're trying to use like your primary residence and so use some of the conventional financing that's out there with interest rates right now less than 3%. You know what I mean? If you're putting less than 3% down or 3% down and your interest rate is less than 3, that's really where the great place is. Hard money right now is okay. Interest rates are not terrible on some of those loans. But it would have to be a really good deal because right now properties are not selling as fast as you would want them to. And with hard money loans, that's going to eat into your profit if you have to hold the property, 4 or 5 months, if you get what I'm saying.
Guys, if you are very into real estate and you have gotten your feet wet or you're just starting out, I advise you to do me a favor, share this video, okay? Tell your girlfriend to come in. Noelle is talking, okay? And Folasade trying to pull it out for you, okay? And then I need you guys to head over and go and follow her, okay? Because if she's dropping gems like this, right, on the Monday Zone, then just imagine if you follow her, the gems that you're going to get. So go ahead on. If you're on Instagram, follow Noelle Randall, NoelleRandall coaching, okay? And then Facebook, it's WWWN Real Estate. WWWN Real Estate. Guys, head over and follow her. Tell her you found the From the Money Zone and you ready to listen now, because she just also said that you have to know your market. Many of you want to go into real estate not knowing your market and just go into business in general, okay? And not knowing the market. Okay, you have to know your target market. In real estate, you have to know your market. So that means your state, your county, the community, everything. So for example, I don't know, where are you, Noelle?
On Orlando, Florida right now.
Orlando, Florida. Okay, so in Florida, here in Clinton, Maryland, if you can get a property for $100,000-$200,000, like my property value has literally almost doubled. When I first bought the house was valued at $225,000 here. Now they're already saying it's $350,000. Mm-hmm. So in my area, it's good to buy and flip and stuff because we're selling and they're building here, and University of Maryland is adding jobs. But in your area or in somebody else's state, it may not be. So guys, this is why and where your coaching and your knowledge and all of the skills that you're supposed to be gaining from shows like The Money Zone and individuals like Noelle and myself. So guess what? You'll know, okay, you know what? I need to study XYZ community. Let me go back to my notes. I know they said something here. All of us real entrepreneurs have a scrap pack of notes. Okay, I have like
yes,
what I call it, my swap file. I have my swap files. I have all my little tips, my content. This is the type of stuff that you guys need to be writing down. Okay, and don't forget to go follow Noelle. So what we're going to do, guys, I'm going to let Noelle take a quick little break, and then you want to go over there, follow her, share the video, get your notepad if you've been missing out, and we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back to get the rest of the juice from her, guys. Hey guys, welcome back. So let me know that you go ahead over and follow Noelle. Hopefully you did, so you won't miss out on this information that I definitely know that she does provide. Okay, so we learned that you started out with wholesaling, right? And so what financial literacy techniques or tools did you have to use to be able to save, or like resources that you use? So you were leading into, you ended up getting a financial coach. Is that what you were leading into? Uh-oh. I think she's still away. Okay, Trump, just, yeah. Okay, guys, so let's just do a recap while we wait for Noelle to come back. Okay, so guys, first of all, she said that you have to, it's a easier way to get started in real estate than you just saving up your hard-earned money. You can start by wholesaling. Okay, you can start by wholesaling, start saving your money, paying off your debt, get building your credit, right? And then that will give you the opportunity to start using other people's money, like banks and lenders and stuff, okay, to build. She also said you can start off like little old me. Everybody talked about my little first little house I bought when I was 25, right? And now with the amount of equity I have in my house, I can go buy two whole houses in my area, depending on the pricing or how bad it is. If not two whole houses, one whole house now with the equity that we have in our house. So you can start that way with the property that you guys presently live in and own. You don't have to have hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. You might have hundreds of $1,000s in equity in your home as well that you can use to dibble and dabble and get your feet wet into real estate. But I do not advise you guys jumping completely in without the proper coaching and the proper guidance in this, because it's legal issues. You need to have the contracts. You want, how you want to learn negotiation skills. And so like every skill that you need in business, you actually need as a real estate investor as well. You need to be able to negotiate. You need to be able to calculate them numbers now, because if the property too high, you lose. And if the property too low, it might cost you too much to get it repaired. So you have to know your numbers. So jumping into real estate, guys, I just do not advise anybody to do it completely outright without some type of guidance. Unless you're just going to buy a property and hold it, get a renter in, then you can easily do that. But if you want to try to wholesaling and flipping and really building a large real estate portfolio, most greats have amazing mentors. Okay, so don't forget to go follow Noelle, eat up her content, let her know Folasade sent you. So while we're waiting for her, guys, what questions do you guys know? She's back, Trump. Okay, I think she's back, guys. I must have came out too early. Noelle, you're back.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, perfect. So the people are waiting and lift. No, I can't lift. Like, okay, yeah, okay. So the people are anxious. Well, no, I'm pretty anxious. So you did the wholesaling. You saved. So what did you have to do? What did you have to learn? What did you learn about money that helped you be able to save to be able to get your first few properties?
So I did something, okay, started off with wholesaling, and then he taught me basically was deal compounding. So he said start with wholesaling, you get you a few deals, because obviously you can't keep the property. So you're wholesaling because you don't have the reserves, you don't
Mm,
have the money, you don't have the time, the knowledge to keep them and manage rental properties or fix and flip. So I started with wholesaling because it was really just talking to the seller, getting the seller to kind of go with me, get them under contract, and then flip the contract to another investor, and then they took the deal over. So that was like how I really started learning to connect and market and find deals. So that's why I say it was the most valuable thing that I did, because then all you do, instead of giving the contractor or another investor with wholesaling to fix and flip, you just kept it yourself and closed on it. You know what I mean? Did the hard money loan, then got the contractor, and then fixed the property up yourself. But it was like in I needed to shadow someone that did flips better than I was doing it. You know what I mean? Like when I was, like I said, I was a disaster. I was going to Home Depot and, I picked out the stuff that I thought, they showed me on HGTV. I did it that way. So I was like a complete idiot. When my coach told me how to do it, we were in these builder stores, in these weird places and parts of towns I had never been to. And we were, matching and buying old toilet seats that, that had fell off the truck and they were only $20. It was like completely different because so I was saving and able to flip, and you didn't have to spend so much to flip a house and make it look really, really nice. That was another thing that I just, you kind of have to, you really do kind of have to shadow someone to teach you all the nuances of
Mm.
flipping. Because once we got it down, I really was able to systematize it. And so then after I was fixing and flipping, then you just keep some of them. So instead of fixing and flipping the house to sell it, which is, you'll put the granite countertops in and you'll put the stainless steel. But if you're like gonna fix it and flip it and put a tenant in it, you don't have to fix it as nice. You still put, sturdy countertop, you still put nice appliances, but you don't have to go high end because you're not selling it. You're not putting it on the retail market. So then, you just kind of fix the properties up to a tenant. And then I was started to build and keep some of those as rental properties, and then really got into, what they call BRRRR, buying it, rehabbing it, put a tenant in there. I forget what, then refinancing it, and then repeat.
Hmm.
So, you buy the property with hard money, you fix it up, with hard money, then you refinance it into a regular loan with the tenant in it.
I'm just smiling, Noelle.
So it was, again, for somebody telling me though the order to do these things in, that was another thing too. We hear about all of these different things, like you said, and I, I encourage and thank everybody that has followed me and
Yeah.
watch me on YouTube. Really, YouTube is where you'd find my best content. I really try to make a lot of detailed videos teaching a lot of this stuff, absolutely free. So if you want to go on YouTube and watch some of the lessons and where I kind of teach you on some of this stuff, but it was really just learning to what order to do it in, starting with wholesaling because that's where I was. I had bad credit. I didn't have, much money, then moving into fix and flipping, and then moving into keeping them as rental properties.
Mm. You know what, guys? She said she didn't have amazing credit. You don't have to be perfect, guys. I'm hoping that you're getting what she's putting down. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be in a perfect state. You just need to start somewhere. And wholesaling might be your gateway. So, Noelle, let me go ahead on and just shift the conversation just a little bit. So can you give me an example of how you've helped someone build generational wealth?
Absolutely. So one of the things that I tell people, and one of the things that I kind of coach to, is being a real estate entrepreneur. So I don't want you to just be a real estate investor, where you're just investing and kind of flipping houses. I really want you to be an entrepreneur where real estate is your core business so that you can monetize it in different ways. So giving you as an example, I have, obviously my rental properties. I have the coaching. I have the podcast. I have books. I have short-term rentals. I have long-term rentals. So when I say short-term rentals, that's Airbnbs. Okay. Plus, I have long-term rentals. So trying to create different streams of income. Then now I've added YouTube. That's a stream of revenue. So as you do more things, you create more streams of revenue, but all with your one core business.
See, guys, you just nailed it. Let me tell you, I've been waiting for somebody just to simplify the 7 streams of income for the people. Look, you don't have to be a nail stylist, hair stylist, this. And no, Noelle, you just
right.
For the people, guys, did you get what she put down? She said she helped you become a real estate investor entrepreneur. Okay, where real estate is your primary source. You're not all over the place studying 5 different books and 5 different exams to keep licenses or to keep up with the Joneses. You're mastering one thing, and that's real estate. And as you master them, you get to expand into coaching, podcasting, short-term, long-term, flips, the works, guys. So you can use one career, one industry, and create 7 streams of income. And she just blatantly said it. And then she said the concept is BRRRR. You buy, rehab, refinance, and
Rent. Sorry, that's one of the R's. Rent, then refinance.
Okay, sorry. Buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. Okay.
That's right.
So it's a method behind that. Most of the time when people refinancing, they're not only refinancing to get some money out, but to also get a lower interest rate so they can keep more money. It's a whole money game she out here teaching the people. Oh my goodness, Noelle. I'm over here. Look.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So if a client come to you and they want coaching, do you accept coaching clients?
So right now it is definitely by application only. Right now I probably are at capacity. We have a waiting list for applications right now that is up until February. So and the business has just grown exponentially, which is one of the reasons why I keep encouraging all of my students and people that are successful to mentor and coach, because Noelle cannot coach and mentor everyone. We need people to be successful. We need people to learn, do, teach, and that's really how we're going to change our community. I love what you're doing. I'm so impressed, people that, that take your time and build a set and say, I'm going to come up here and I'm going to be committed. And no matter what, even through technical difficulties, I'm going to be up here and I'm going to teach. And people don't realize that is such a commitment that you've given. And so we need others to do that, because if we just are successful and we don't share that information, we are not going to change anything. So we have to, as we grow, we have to start giving back and teaching. And I can honestly say I've been so fulfilled with it, but it's just exploded. Honestly, once the YouTube is now like over 100,000 subscribers, we're getting like thousands of applications a week. We just can't even keep up. So
Yeah.
I'm like encouraging and trying to get people that are successful entrepreneurs in my business and have been through my program to start coaching and mentoring other people, just so we can keep the gift going.
And the people are asking, what is your YouTube? I didn't have that link to give them. I just have
Okay, so it's just on YouTube. It's just Noelle Randall,
Noelle Randall.
Noelle. Yep, Randall,
Noelle Randall,
Randall.
Noelle Randall,
Yep.
Randall. So go follow her on YouTube, guys, so you can get the information. Okay, guys, we got like 3-4 minutes. Noelle's had like 3 minutes, y'all. Okay, so let me try to get the last little bit of the best stuff out of her. Okay, Noelle. So with the bad credit situation, because many of our people struggle with bad credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
To be able to get into the real estate. Did you build the credit first, or you just jump right into the wholesaling?
So I just jumped right into the wholesaling, but this is where I say that everybody now has a better opportunity than I even had, because now you can build business credit. Because I didn't know about business credit. Girl, if I didn't know about business credit, then I would be a billionaire right now instead of a multi-millionaire. But anyway, because business credit you could build it faster than you really could with your own personal credit. Okay. And so that was like one of my bigger mistakes. Like when I was buying, like I said, you target people that are behind on their mortgage payments, just using that as an example. So, you send out letters, or you put signs out, you put little different ads out. So you need money for that, right? So I was using my own personal credit cards, and then my credit score would go down. But now you could build business credit, and it doesn't matter what your personal credit score is. And I have students that have built business credit, and literally, and I'm not joking or exaggerating, in 11 months had $100,000 in business credit.
Wow.
And right, that's not that unheard of. PayPal is giving out 10, 20,000. Square Capital will give you 10, 20,000. You get 3 months worth of business checking account. You got people give you 10, 20,000. I have students that have gone to Bank of America, get a checking account, a business checking account, and Bank of America give them a business credit card on the spot for $24,000. So let's think about that. That's in your business's name. So if some people say, well, what if you have to do a personal guarantee? At that point, I don't care. That's not a big deal to me, because as I'm using the credit card, it's not reporting on my personal credit report. So my personal credit score is not going up and down. They are going to check your personal credit score in the beginning, especially as you're first getting established with your business credit, but it's worth it. If I can tell you in a year, I'm giving you $100,000 to do what you want in your business, you're 10 times ahead of most businesses, especially businesses of color, especially women-owned businesses. Come on.
Oh wow. She gave you guys the blueprint. Okay, so she basically saying just get your feet wet. Go learn about the wholesaling. Go do the wholesaling. Right? She also is saying that you need to also, while you're making money from the wholesaler, use the money from the first deal to start building your business credit. So by the time you turn around, you're going to be able to have something accumulated or some offer so you can now use OPM, other people's money, to be able to invest into the real estate. But see, guys, this is where it takes knowledge, because if you go with the wrong company, they might report dates early, or if you go, you might have a higher interest rate. If you know some people, they might know buddies, get you better deals, because when you know the bankers, guys, we do get different interest rates. I'm going to be very honest with you. My banker, oh, I gave you this interest rate, the public gets this. It's just a different relationship. Okay, so then she's also telling you guys that you have to work on yourself. Like, while you are now working on this new career, getting your feet wet, you got your coach, you've hired Noelle to be your mentor. Well, we don't know, guys, because she's feeling. Go check out the YouTube, see if you can get some, some monies, make some monies from her YouTube knowledge, and then inquiry, put the application in. But this is the thing, guys, you have to be willing to go in and go hard. So many of you don't get the first deal in 2 months, and guess what? You digress, you're afraid, you move on. That's not how business and real estate work. It's a long game. It's a long game. So you may not make the $50,000 off the first deal like you're supposed to. You may not even make $5,000 like Noelle did on her first wholesale deal. But if you made $1,000, then guess what? That's more than what you had. You have to start small, but the main key, guys, is starting. So Nicole, if they want to start with you, how would they start? And I think we have about 2 more minutes.
So, like I said, I have a ton of free content out there teaching people how to get started. I have a free course that I've created that they can check out at noellsfreetraining.com. It's about an hour-long little class that I kind of put together. It'll teach you, like my exact formula. It'll teach you, it goes into a little bit more detail about how I said about finding people with property problems, how you market to them, kind of give you, again, that script again of kind of what to say with them. So people can start out going out there and putting their business together. So, of course, real estate is one of the things that I'm going to push everybody to, because that's, 89% of all millionaires have been created. So through real estate, we know that. And then building the business, taking it seriously, like you said, and creating a true business, an LLC, get an S Corp, get a C Corp, get the EIN number, do all the things that you teach them to do where they have a real business that can get funding, because it's really easy. that more than anything is super simple to do. Just don't stop.
Okay, I don't know what happened. Look, so tonight's show, guys, have been absolutely amazing. Noelle, I want to say thank you so much for taking out your time to be with us tonight and to grace your knowledge on us. So, guys, don't forget, go ahead on and follow Noelle on everything. Just type in Noelle Randall. If you're confused, just type it and you'll find her. Noelle Randall.
You will.
On Instagram, Noelle Randall Coaching. On Facebook, WWW Real Estate, and then on Twitter, Noelle_Randall, and then YouTube, Noelle Randall, and then last but not least, NoelleRandall.com, guys. So head on over, learn, and inquire about our services, and just know this, that almost, and she's right, almost every millionaire have actually got a chunk or have become a millionaire from real estate. They've done everyday situations, had the house, paid it, refinanced, pulled money out, flipped it or something. They just didn't stop. And you guys can do the same thing right where you are. So I want to say thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you guys next week, Tuesday.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Thank you, Trump. Thank you, Noelle.